Good morning, monkeys. Welcome to episode number 2 of our scenario series at RCT Classic. And here today we are going to build ourselves a nice little woody to throw in the side of our park here. Again, minimal theming for the whole, but really enjoy this woody. You're going to love the statistics that come off of this one and kind of, what I was able to accomplish. Definitely took a couple of iterations, I'm not going to lie. It's a small space to stick a coaster into. And when you give yourself limitations, it's interesting to see what you come up with. So I'm just going to get on going here and kind of let the camera go in this episode. But welcome to Coaster Monkey Studios and our RCT Classic Series, Scenario Series here. I'm going to let the camera go and I will return in a moment. Catch you guys in a sec. All right, so as you'll see what I just did there, for those of you that didn't really understand what was happening, I wound up fast forwarding because we needed more funds. I am out of money, but it's great because I've got my 2 coasters open, I've got my 2 flat rides open, I've got 4 separate stands open, our bathrooms even charged to use them. It's 10 cents per use, and yes, you can charge 10 cents per use in order to get a little bit of revenue. Again, everything costs money to run in the park, so you don't have to go without charging for anything, right? Another great tip for you guys too is that when it rains, your guests will spend money no matter what on an umbrella, right? You could charge $20. I'm not telling you to charge $20. I mean, you can if you're in a pinch and you need money, right? But I charge $10 for my umbrellas, and guests pay it. They don't mind paying it. So just something to keep that in mind. They will pay no matter what when it rains. All right, so we are putting in our entry and exit, our queue and our exit pathway there. And there's our coaster. Super stoked. I used an articulated coaster train for this one. I really love the way this coaster came out. So one thing I wanted to do for this, I wanted it to feel, again, very, very amusement park-ish. So I fenced it off, put up some, garden fence work, if you will. What are those bushes that stand tall there? I guess I would call them garden bushes. Look at that, excitement rating, 7.94. And it goes up once we do some theming here, to minimal theming again, but theming nonetheless. But really great excitement rating. Love the way this coaster came out. Really excited for its success and its progress. So, yeah, I'm going to leave you guys to go while I do some more editing here. Check you guys in a bit. All right, so here we are getting started on the station building. And again, keeping the mindset of just minimal theming here. I really just wanted to go with a very simple station. I didn't go too crazy. I want you to think, again, very amusement park-ish. Lakeside amusement park, beachside amusement park. Think Cedar Point back before it was quote-unquote Cedar Point. You know what I mean? I think very classic, very chill, you know, beachfront or lakeside amusement park in the middle of the woods. You know, I think very Indiana Beach. That park, you know, just got repurchased and is slated to open up for this season, so that's great. But that's the kind of the mindset I wanted to go here. I think very classic, very retro. Simple rides, simple buildings, nothing too crazy. For this episode anyway. For the next episode, I've got something fun planned from a design aspect, which was pretty cool, that I built out for a food installation. And I think we're probably going to finish just with one more episode for this particular scenario. And then we'll have another one posted most likely next week. Probably, I'm thinking Tuesday, we'll have our next scenario built out for you guys. What scenario is that going to be? I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. But we shall see. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for what's going to come. We don't know what scenario is going to be next. I may do the next scenario in the package. I may do a random scenario. I know somebody had inquired about Whispering Cliffs and how to beat it. So I'm going to surprise you guys. So get ready. Tuesday next week, we're going to launch an all-new scenario. We don't know what scenario it's going to be. So make sure you stay tuned and subscribe. But as I build this particular building out, again, I was thinking very, very simple, very classic. I gave it white and blue. You know, the RMC coaster that's in Six Flags Over Georgia. Who knows the name of it? Anyone? 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 Twisted Cyclone, right? So Twisted Cyclone down in Six Flags Over Georgia has a really beautiful, very, again, amusement park-esque building. A very simple, very clean aesthetic. And then with the white and the blue coloring on the coaster, I mean, it's stunning. If you've never seen it, you don't know what it looks like, Google Twisted Cyclone Six Flags Over Georgia. You're going to be floored at how great this coaster and its station look. And again, it's very amusement park-esque. Super simple, just a coaster on the ground with a building. That's it, right? And that's what we're going after for this look. Put in another watchtower because Lord knows I can't function without watchtowers in this game. But yeah, so stay tuned. We're going to finish up this building and I will come back in a moment. All right, so as we move on to the next section of this particular episode, what I decided to do is I wanted to close off the whole front of the park here. And just, cross the T, dot the I, call it a day. So what I decided to do is build another building here for our junior coaster. And I wanted it to be the latter half, like you go in and out of this little building. Again, the theming here, very minimal, just a fun, fantasy-esque building. And what do I mean by fantasy-esque? Well, very simple. We had a couple of turrets, a couple of towers, quite a few balconies, give it, layers like a cake. And that gives you a fantasy-esque feeling for this particular building. I wanted it to have a very fun, whimsical look to it. That's why, what you see here is the final product, which I'm super proud of, to be frank with you. I love the way these tiered buildings look. And then again, from a guest perspective, looking at it, you've got the guests who are lining up, just going into the queue there, into the coaster. Now they're not, they're like dead in the center of it all, right? So they've got an open ceiling. It's again, minimal theming, right? I keep saying this, but I want them to be able to look around as they're waiting on this queue. And then what we're gonna do is just a bunch of garden work around this coaster and its buildings, just to call it a day, right? Would we see these buildings in a regular amusement park? Who knows? But I can think of a couple junior coasters that go in and out of buildings to give it a little bit of pizzazz and panache, if you will, right? But look at this fun, whimsical building, right? It's got, a couple of tiers, a couple balconies, it's, again, very light, and who knows? Maybe this is, a building that their office is in. Maybe this is where guest services is. Maybe this is where the staff goes to, have a chillax, in between shifts or when they're on break. Who knows? It could be anything, Again, it could just be something stupid, like random decoration, But that's the whole point, just I'm not thinking about anything. I'm kind of just putting things out there and giving it depth. And depth is the key word here. When we talk about these buildings, we want depth. All right, and here we are just doing the fencing work around our junior coaster. And we run this fencing work all the way around this entire area at this point. And I think to myself, should I cut it off over here? I wind up wrapping the whole thing around and then just massive amounts of coloring there. So there you guys have it. That is our second episode in our scenario series here at Coaster Monkey Studios. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Yep, there's our wooden coaster. How awesome does it look? We actually wound up naming it Greased Lightning, right? How cool is that? But again, if you want to check us out, we are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can find us everywhere. Coaster Monkey Studios. Here you are, the RCT Classic Scenario series. Thanks so much again, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.